Nice.
It's a nice sound.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
Well needed, too.
Over 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, someone decided to traverse the globe.
Well, sometimes you got to get away. Got to go to Cancun.
Yep.
Cancun in Colorado. Could be worse places to go.
Yeah, we'll have to get to those trips here in a little bit. Get some of your experiences.
All right.
Some of your escapades.
Yeah, no escapades.
No, the wife was with them. There's no way.
Whatever.
I'm going to go up to the liquor store.
Yeah, did you hit the liquor stores down there?
Not down there.
Did you find interesting bourbons?
No. We really didn't. There was only one stop we made when we left the resort, and that was to go to a tequila farm because my father-in-law wanted to pick up tequila for his girlfriend wanted to pick up tequila for her uncle. And so, yeah, it was kind of cool. That was the only stop we made.
Do they not have tequila in Cuba?
I'm sure they do, but they probably have pretty strict rules about kind of bringing stuff in or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Everything about Cuba is kind of a pain in the ass, right? So.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. As Jeff mentioned, it's been 2 weeks, and a lot's happened.
It's longer than that.
Maybe 3 weeks?
I think it's 3 weeks.
Wow. And a lot's happened. Lots happened in the current events and shit going on in the world. And
Biden's poll numbers still continue to go down.
yeah, you would have figured there's no way they could go down any further.
But he's trying to take credit for the gas prices to go down. Have you seen that?
So how
It's
much?
always trying to take credit for something, but
I know. How much have they gone down?
50 cents is the average. They're saying up to 50 cents in certain regions.
Okay.
So it went down to 4.32, I think. But then you're like, dude, come on. It was $2.50 this time last year.
Oh, no. He absolutely cannot take credit for it. But it is.
He's trying to take credit, though. He's getting called out for it because really it's coming down because the refineries jacked up production to max. Right. So the refineries are maxed out. And they say every year after July 4th, gas prices go down just organically, naturally.
Right.
And they said the recession is causing it to go down as well. So, but he wants to take credit for it because he's releasing our barrels, a million barrels a day or something like that, right?
I thought he was given the $1 million barrels a day to a foreign country.
China.
Yeah. What? Why would we release strategic petroleum reserves?
I don't know.
In anything other than an emergency for the United States.
And
well, that's what the stuff is there for.
I know.
His son supposedly owns part of the company that they sold the oil to in China.
Oh, don't even say
So Hunter
that.
Biden is making money off of the transaction.
Oh,
but nobody said anything about that.
Right.
I didn't hear that. I should have assumed that since it's going to China, which is crazy. All right. Anyway, so let's see. We want to open with our bourbon?
Well, let's let me think. I was doing some quick research. So, dudes like us, it's been 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So during that 3 weeks, we went shopping all over the place. We've been for bourbons.
For bourbons.
And
For bourbons, yeah.
We've picked up quite the selection. So we're backed up. Like we've got a dozen bottles over there.
Yeah, that we haven't opened yet. We're trying 2 new ones tonight. So.
Yep.
And plus, if our guests don't know, well, first of all, the dudes like us are sampling these bourbons. We're no by means experts. We think we are sometimes, mostly during the second half of the show. But
yeah, we're experts on everything on the second half of the show.
We've taken this expertise and we're consuming these bottles and we're coming up with opinions, and that's what we're going to do for the first half and the beginning of the second half. Just come up with a quick little 2 to 5 minute thing. But outside of that, we've got these bottles. I think our collection is up to about 175 bottles right now. And we've been wanting to, we're starting to purge some of the bottles. We came up with the concept. Jeff was like, we need to have the infinity bottle.
I didn't come up with that idea, but
well, whatever. You decided.
I was like, we have enough bottles. We should make one of ourselves.
Start doing it. Yeah.
So we procured a couple of those big gallon glass jugs.
4 of them. It'll take years to fill.
Oh my God! Yeah, we got to get busy if we're going to fill up all 4
I'm
of
in.
those.
4 gallons of infinity booze.
Wow!
So you've already dumped 8 bottles on an average of 4 to 6 ounces per bottle. Which when we think about us when we get up there, what was our pour today?
That was a 4-ounce pour.
So we started the first half of the show with a 4-ounce pour that Paul did. Now, Paul, look, stop. We know what's going on.
No.
All right. When I pour, I don't think I poured 4 ounces.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So
the funny thing is, we're pouring into a glass. We have no idea how much is in that glass, and so we've been using that as a litmus test for making sure it's fair.
It sounds
right?
like go to this line
fair and
right
equal.
there.
Yeah, that's what he says. And so we're like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then we made the mistake of pouring it into a metered glass where we could see how much it was. And we're like, ooh,
we're losers.
He's like, that's why the second half is the way it is sometimes.
4 ounces. That's 4 drinks. That's not good.
So the dudes like us in our 50s having 4 drinks, I mean, you would think that we're alcoholics. So some of us may. I may be, but we're trying not to drink throughout the week.
Right.
I mean, that's the goal. We're trying to at least.
Except on Tuesday or Wednesday,
Man,
whenever we have podcasts.
Yeah, I try to allocate definitely to podcast day, whatever day that falls on. And I try to pick a day out of the weekend. And if I do drink more than one day on the weekend, I try just to have like something light,
right.
like a really light beer. Or a
White Claw.
I've got a lot of that shit in my house.
Or Zima.
Holy fuck, man.
Wine cooler.
For example, we went out
California
innocently. Cooler. Jeff and I went to the store on Saturday. I mean, we didn't plan any of this. I mean, this was kind of like, hey, let's go pick up. We picked up a little saw. There's a box. I'm sorry. We picked up a saw in a little box that we can cut 90 degrees, 45 degrees for the picture frame.
Right.
Something that we didn't necessarily need to break out the chop saw for.
Right.
Something real easy to use and less mess. And so we picked that up, and Jeff's like, hey, you want to go to beer? And I was like, I just got done drinking one of those Mexican orange sodas from the Home Depot, which are fantastic,
Wow.
So, I mean, I was like, glug, 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 glug. Something doesn't have as much CO2 or something. It's so easy to drink, man. And so I was like really bloated. I was like, I don't really want to. Lazy Dog, what's that? So I've never been there. Evidently, it's been there for quite some time. I've never heard of Lazy Dog.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
First time for me, at least I think. And whatever. So we just go in there, and I ordered bourbon instead of a beer because I felt bloated.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that tin cup, which was pretty good. I won't get into it because we have one of the tin cup 10-year bottles in our collection that we haven't opened yet. So I'll save the.
But you didn't buy a 10-year.
No, it was their standard.
Whatever they had.
It was their standard.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, whatever. So then we ordered a beer, and then the person next to us, we're getting real chummy. I mean, we're talking to some of the people sitting around us, and they order. Jeff and I, we're so full of shit. We're talking just loud enough for everyone to hear, and thinking that we're like, check out that bottle of tin cup up there. Which one is that? Is that the 4-year or 10-year? Just Cliff Clavinisms all over.
I had
the place.
my whiskey sommelier shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look at me.
Wow.
So the guy next to us, he orders a Buffalo Trace Old Fashioned, and I was kind of like, that looks really good, And then they put some different cherries in it wasn't the Marachoni cherries. I don't know how to say that.
They're the Luxo or Luxury or whatever they're called. They're soaked in like a bourbon sauce.
Yeah, they were
really good.
Really thick cherry, and it was very thick syrup too.
Okay.
And so the guy next to me, he gets, he's got a little toothpick, nice big, olive-sized cherries, really nice big ones. And Jeff orders his, and he gets his, and then I get one. And I was like, whoa. What? I get one cherry?
Yours was cut in half.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, they ran out.
He's like, yeah, I kind of ran out. So he went and got some extras for us, but I just thought that was funny. So
what's funny is we were sitting there drinking bourbons and beers, and I checked out. We had some snacks, and Sean's like, let's get an old fashioned.
And then,
after we were done, we were
then it was over.
That turned the corner right there.
Turned the corner.
How many did you have?
20. No.
We just had the one.
Oh, man.
But we ended up going to Total Wine right after that.
Yeah.
Picking up a shit ton because we're going to go see the live Aerosmith cover band out there at Grandscape.
Nice.
My wife Tara calls while we're sitting at the place, and she was kind of, she's so last second when it comes to these things, and and sometimes you got to react real quick.
Yes.
Cover band Aerosmith live free.
Dude, that would have been fun as hell.
Oh, it was. It was hot as balls, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so
man.
Hot. Yeah, so
you guys do all this shit when I leave town.
Oh, we made sure of it.
Oh, you're having fun out in Colorado.
Oh, elk. Yeah, shooting elk. And
I wasn't shooting elk. I was taking care of my parents.
No, that was the nickname we gave your wife.
Being Luke in the Tauntaun, climbing inside of it.
Do what?
Being like Luke in the Tauntaun, climbing inside of the elk.
No.
See, honey, I'm going to stay out here tonight.
I already thought it smelled on the outside.
That would be during the winter.
You don't do it in the summer?
No.
Right.
So they had this guy that sounded really close to Steven Tyler up there.
Oh wow, that's hard to do.
It was he had a great voice.
He did really good. Band was good too.
What?
The band was really good.
Yeah, the whole.
It wasn't
nice
La Cantina. It was Grandscape.
They have a big amphitheater in the middle.
I had no idea that even existed.
Yep, I have yet to be there. So it's pretty nice.
We used to go to Shields, and I've never looked back there. They've got it's all turf, and they have a few vendors out there. And of course, Jeff and I anticipated that we're going to be losers, so we brought some of our own bourbon and liquors and little mini bottles.
Right.
I think those are the most perfect things to smuggle into a place like that.
But they had a place to buy booze.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they had beer.
They had beer,
but not bourbon.
You could buy some pop. So we ended up getting like 7-Up and in a cup and some ice.
That's perfect.
And we divvied it up, and then we poured bourbon in there. And then, unbeknownst to Jeff, I had a little Fireball on top of the bourbon.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst? How would you not know that?
Well, he didn't know until after his first sip.
Yeah, I sipped it, and I was like, "This does not taste like."
In retrospect,
that would be very different.
Bad idea. I apologize.
That's all I tasted was Fireball.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. However, then whatever. But I really enjoyed having the little mini bottles. I thought they were good. Anyways, I wanted to say little dudes like us thing because it's about these experiences that dudes like us have all the time, and it pertained to the bourbon and. Here we are.
And you had lots to drink that night.
Well, you ended up going back to my house.
Oh, my God.
And we made our own old fashions because you bought an old fashioned mix and a jar of cherries.
Yeah.
And I woke up.
You're trying to recreate that experience?
I woke up with the worst headache at 3:30 in the morning because there was so much sugar. Between the pops,
my stomach was
and the syrups and stuff that were.
We can't do that anymore.
I was just like, I feel like shit.
Yeah, I didn't feel good at all. I was pill popping these little Tums just nonstop. I can't I've got a bad tummy, man. I have to got to be careful. I got to prepare accordingly when it comes to some of this stuff. And that the old fashioned, plus I think I put way too much mix in there.
You used half the jar, and it was a big jar.
Well, it was a large cup too, so
Well, you had an old fashioned mix,
dude. Imagine an old fashioned normally comes in a cocktail glass. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a glass like that size.
Oh, I know.
Big 16-ounce tumbler. So I just doubled up on the quantities.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? And you bought that at Total Wine?
Yeah, it was a premix. It had the cherry juice and something else in there.
It didn't taste bad.
It wasn't
too
bad.
much.
It was there was too much sugar at the end of the night between that and the pop and everything.
But it didn't taste too sweet when you made it? Or if you made it again, would you make it less?
We were a few drinks in at that point. How good it really was, I don't know.
Right.
But it was good at the time.
There you go.
Something I didn't know until the next morning is that Sam drank an incredible amount of vodka.
Sam,
and his girlfriend. Of course, I invited him to this podcast. We forgot to follow up with that, but whatever. Sam is a guy that I've known for quite some time.
I've heard you bring up his name before.
I don't know if I call him Pumpkinhead Sam or just.
Well, he went out with you guys.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the main person that invited us out there.
Oh, nice.
Because
he's the one who knew about it and told Tara
the last second.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I've never met him, but you brought up Sam before.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that'd be great if he was on the podcast.
He's a little younger than we are, just a little bit, and he's not married. So usually when we see him, he's usually got a different girlfriend, and Sam's not an ugly person, so they're usually pretty. And so this latest trend hopefully will work out for him. That's all I'm going to say about it. I have no idea.
She's very nice. I like her.
Yeah, she's a very sweet person.
Nice.
Yeah. You have friends like that. Dudes like us have friends like that.
Of course.
They're single and they're kind of like, what is with you? Why is it that you cannot maintain a girlfriend? You're a good-looking guy.
I don't have any friends like that.
You know?
No.
Well, you have Sam.
Well, outside of him, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Which I know through you.
I guess I've got some divorced friends that have remarried, but not.
I have one of those.
But not Playboy types.
It reminds me, I need to reach out to him because he wanted to come up and do the podcast.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, sounds like you guys had a lot of fun in my absence.
Oh, whatever. You had a lot of fun, too. Shut your face.
Yeah.
You went to Mexico and had a fantastic time.
Every weekend, I'm like, hey,
sending pictures.
You guys want to do this? You want to do that? Oh, no.
Check this out, Sean. I'm doing a butt luge off my father-in-law.
Okay.
You butt luged with your father-in-law?
That never happened. That never happened.
Was there any, debris?
It's his father-in-law's wife / girlfriend was pouring bourbon down Al's back, and it was falling between his butt cheeks, and Paul was on the bottom and his face was just kind of covering on it.
That might be one of your fantasies, but that never happened.
God.
No, I tell you what, it was a really nice resort. It was really nice.
Which one did you stay at?
It was so ridiculous. It was like the let's see, something Casitas, the El Dorado Casitas. And it had, check this, you leave your back patio and you have your own private little tiny pool. And then that pool is connected to a lazy river. And then you get in the lazy river and you can float down to the pool bar, the swim up pool bar. It was so nice. The food was amazing. Everything was it was top notch.
So
that was all inclusive, right?
All inclusive.
What about how was the food?
The food was amazing.
Was it like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A?
No, a little bit better. A little bit better than that.
Will they have French fries?
Yeah, I'm sure they had French fries. Yeah, I think I had a sandwich and French fries at one point. Oh yeah. I had they had room service, right? 24-hour room service, all part of it.
So you could say I need an order of fries. And
totally
bring it to you.
100%.
No extra charge.
No, it's all inclusive. Yeah, it was crazy.
I need a bourbon and Coke. They bring it to you?
That, I don't think, they could not bring drinks to your room. I don't think. Yeah. But the people who bought into if they were members, they had bottles in their room, and these really top members had butlers. And so the butlers would bring them literally whatever they wanted.
So like Downton Abbey butlers?
Yes.
Like Carson? I'm watching it now. That's why I know his name.
It was crazy. So somehow we got upgraded to be in a pool area where a lot of the members were, and it was members only, right? So is it
so
really?
They looked at you and went,
did you have a jacket?
Well, they didn't know.
Who are these
They didn't know we weren't members, right? But what's interesting is these people all go, they've gone so many times over 15 years plus that they recognize each other and they know each other. Right. But there's always new people that come in. So, they weren't cliquish or anything like that.
Oh, God, look at
but
this.
a lot of the times.
These Texans.
God.
Right. Oh, no.
He's drinking from the bourbon bottle.
Most of the people are from Texas.
Oh, really?
Most of the people, yeah. Anyway, but they'll text each other. They'll be like, hey, we're going down, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, well, we'll go down there too.
So is it like a timeshare? Is that what it is?
It's interesting. They pay a crap load of money to be members, and they still have to pay, but they pay a discounted rate. I would think it would be free if you're paying that much money.
Yeah, if you're paying a membership fee.
No, it's a one-time fee, but it's exorbitant. It's like
$100.
No, it's like $200,000.
What?
Yeah, that's what Shelley was saying. She was talking to one of them. I didn't really I didn't want to get into that with the people, but she was talking to one of them, and to be like an Emerald member or something, it was like $280,000.
And you still have to pay to get there?
Yes.
But you get a butler.
And you get a butler that takes care of everything. And what's really funny, these people, they want to really take care of you because they want you to tip them, right? The butler does. And that's their purpose. Their purpose is to make sure you have the most amazing time ever, right? And so, there's one couple that was never in their room, right? They're always at the pool or they're going to the restaurants. And the butler came down, we're all in the pool, right?
Is he in the tuxedo?
No. Primo excelente.
Does he carry a tray with him?
Right. No. But he came down to the pool and he was
got one of those little tuxedos with the shorts.
Right.
No. Sandals.
No. But he came down to the pool and he was he had like this distraught look on his face, right? And he's like, "Man, I've been looking all over for you," in broken English, right? "I've been looking all over for you. Where, do you guys need anything? I mean, I blah, blah." And they're like, sorry, we haven't been in our room. And he's like, "Okay, well, make sure you text me and let me know if there's anything you need," Crazy.
Interesting.
Text me. I need a calzone.
Hey, we're looking to go get something to eat. We're looking for a specific restaurant.
I need some lobsters.
Oh, yeah. No, anything you need, they took care of.
Really?
I didn't have a butler. We didn't have
comped. You have to pay for it?
Well, that's part of it. Yeah.
How about traveling outside?
You didn't pay. You had to tip. You tip those people, but you didn't pay.
8-ball.
You didn't pay extra for it. So.
Pool billiards? Oh, you mean drugs?
Yeah. Could they get you drugs?
They probably could have. I don't know. I didn't ask.
You free base with you?
Wow.
with you?
You're quite handy with the lingo over there, aren't you?
No, but they would
ask for
an
8-ball.
They would like, hey,
free base
we want a bottle of this in the room and a bottle of that in the room, and they were like, okay, got it, no problem.
How about like, did they have like some of these resorts have little excursions you can take to the Aztec temple?
Oh yeah,
or
we did.
Like
we did one of those.
Pretty fun.
Did you do the river snorkeling?
No, we went to the Chichachia or something like that. It was a like a ruin. It was a Mayan ruin thing. It wasn't. It wasn't Tulum. It was like we booked this. Shelley booked this excursion with Jessie, my father-in-law's girlfriend, and I had no idea. It was a 14-hour excursion.
Wow.
It was brutal. Never, ever again would I do that. But
so
it was
cool. Walking for 14 hours?
No. We got on a bus, and then we went to, that's it. One of those Chichia Mayan ruins.
How long was the trip?
14 hours.
No. How long was the drive to the place?
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Well, so, I mean, it was kind of broken up. So we took a bus to for an hour and a half, and
14 hours.
But we were gone from the resort for 14 hours. I never, ever again would I do that.
I would. I think
Well, you're just like...
because I imagine
this is cutting into my booze time.
It was just too damn long. It was cool, but we went to the ruins, and it freaking poured on us. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess the tour's over. So I was like, we were looking at places to go, get underneath something. And the tour guy just kept talking. And the group stayed with him. So I was like, I took out my hearing aid and stuck them in my pocket. And we just walked around with him in the pouring rain. I mean, it was drenched us. It was pretty cool, though. It only rained for 30 minutes, but it was a neat experience. And and they have all these stalls where you buy all these little trinkets, and they're bothering you. Every single one has the exact same stuff.
Right.
You guys have experienced that before.
Did you take any pictures? Of course, they probably look just like that.
It's like walking in the house.
I actually have even a cooler picture because when it rained, it like monsooned, right? So there was I was just tromping through water. Everybody was. Anyway, I was on the other side of it, and there was standing water where we were. So I got it with its own reflection in the water.
Whoa.
Cool.
Were there any sacrifices?
Yes. They have yes. So every afternoon they behead people.
No, I thought they stabbed like a virgin or something.
Well, no, I think virgins is only during the winter time. The winter months.
So they there's actually some of those temples where you can make a clap noise, and
that's exactly what they did. Yep.
It makes a bird noise. Is that what happened?
It wasn't a bird noise. It was
a caw.
More like a chirp or a
caw.
That's amazing. That's exactly what it was. I clapped, and it did do that again. Over here. I clapped, and then it went caw. Yeah, that's dead on. Actually, not at all.
No, but you clap, and it makes some sort of really odd noise that you wouldn't suspect.
Like a fart?
I don't remember. See, that's a cool picture, right?
You need to add some color to it.
Well, I know, but you can see the reflection of it.
Yeah.
You never can see the reflection of it because there's never any standing water right there.
Yeah, it's very symmetric.
I think it's very cool.
Yeah. Well, why don't you forward that?
So I'm going to send that in and win like $1 million on some sort of Aztec ruin picture competition.
And they'll be like, "Wow, how did you get back there?"
It's not Aztec, it's Mayan. I got corrected on that.
So was it the Mayans or the Aztecs that did all the sacrifices, or both?
Both.
Well, who knows?
I mean, both?
A lot of those.
I think it was both.
A lot of the infrastructures were taken over by for centuries. It's like you have this one tribe that probably lived there for 100-something years, and then they probably get sick from some sort of weird disease like COVID-11, and Then they die, and then you get some other tribe that comes in, and they start the same process, rinse, repeat.
Is that where Kali Ma took place?
Kali Ma. That was in Thailand.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
that was Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom. But you know what's really interesting though? So they had a little.
Did you start doing that out there? Kali Ma,
Kali Ma, Kali Ma, and all these people were looking at me, and I'm like, no. So they had this. So they also had this like field where like where these people would play this game where they
soccer.
It was soccer, sort
Fußball.
of. Anyway, so here's what's interesting about the whole thing. Yeah, we got to talk about that too.
Birdie.
So here's what's interesting about it. They said, okay, first off, if you die in this culture, that's like a celebration. It's a happy thing because you're going to the next level of whatever. So they would 7-on-7. They used to play each other, and the winners would get sacrificed.
Oh, I would totally lose.
What the hell?
Think about that.
Like gutted?
And they were honored. Like they were trying so hard to win so that they got beheaded.
That's like a cult.
And
That's stupid.
then they moved on to their next level of enlightenment.
Are they sure?
Well, yeah, right. I mean, exactly. But that's what the guide said, and he's all knowing.
Did he just? Yeah. How do they know this?
Yeah. And how? Yeah. Is he really
the
authority?
Is there an Encyclopedia Britannica?
I didn't ask him. I should have asked him that. He said they were honored to be killed, and I was like, "How do you know? I mean, like, why do you think you're the expert?
Yeah, who verified this?
Yeah. Why do you think you're even qualified to be a tour guide?
Were you whistling the soundtrack from Disney's El Dorado, where the Golden City is?
No, I was not. Oh, but I don't even know how to whistle that. But I
don't think that was Disney.
That's intriguing.
Well, you know, what was it?
I think it was DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Pixar.
It was not Pixar.
Is Pixar
El
Disney?
Dorado?
No. Pixar's Disney?
El Dorado.
It is now.
I know.
It didn't start out that way. Disney bought Pixar.
Oh, yeah, because now Buzz Lightyear is all woke. He's gay, and he made out with another guy on his show.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
I don't think it was him that was making out. I think it was the ladies that were.
All right. Well, that's all right.
No, I heard they said. I heard they said that Buzz Lightyear is gay.
Oh, come on! How can he be gay?
Because that's what they did in the latest movie.
Oh, I don't know.
You guys haven't heard the uproar about this?
No, I did, but I thought it was the two ladies that were macking down.
Macking down.
Yeah, they were scrogging.
Scissoring.
Yeah, scissoring.
You're scissoring on Buzz
That is
Lightyear.
so upsetting.
Oh, yeah.
Can't we just let kids enjoy movies that's made for kids?
I think that's one reason why the thing bombed.
It bombed. Totally bombed. Meanwhile, Minions went nuts. Like, it did really well.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Well, these people that are making these movies,
sooner or later,
they're going to get it. I mean, they're going to eventually figure it out that,
go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
Did you see that the new Nickelodeon TV show, Monster High? I saw the preview. I saw it on a news channel.
What happened?
No, I couldn't help to notice the echo of the glass seemed as if it were a little barren.
Anyway, the Nickelodeon Monster High new thing uses the pronouns.
Oh, neat.
So, hey, my name is Joe, they, them. Oh, hey, my name's Chris, he, she.
Okay, it's one thing to open up and say what you are, but I want to hear it.
This right here.
I want to hear it in conversation.
That's what they do.
Oh, so they say.
Yeah, this preview here.
Really?
Yeah, so.
That is so silly.
So if somebody was going to say. Let's say
my name is so-and-so, he, she.
Right. So if Sean and I are talking to each other and we're trying to recall something you said and you go by they,
Mr. Producer.
So I'm supposed to say, well, what did they say?
Correct.
About you.
Correct. Or them.
Does them want to come with us?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's plural, right?
Yeah. How do you navigate that? When does them come in?
Well, I don't. You're a he or a
let's go with them.
If we're saying person.
Yeah, we're like.
Well, it makes sense if you in certain sentences, but in certain senses it doesn't because it's one person.
Right. I'm trying
then you use their name. That's all I would say.
That's the way you get around it.
No, hey, let's go with him over there.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Producer,
you
have volume on this?
You're a him.
Right. So if you and I are wanting to go out and we want to call Sean, we say, well, let's call them.
Hold on a second.
Let's call them and find out.
Welcome to Monster High.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shoot, I'm late. Name's Frankie. Pronouns they, them.
Claudine, she, her.
There's also that.
There you go.
I think they're making fun of it,
Maybe
though.
we knock.
I don't think they are.
Never knock on a closed coffin.
I spent my life.
I don't think they are.
They're not.
Here we are.
They're actually not.
This is so cool, Frankie.
Who can tell me
They're
what
trying
the
to normalize
greatest
it
threat
like
to
it's-
monster kind is?
Yeah.
Well, I was on a work presentation, and they opened that way. Hi, I'm Rachel. She, her, or whatever.
I saw one that said, "My name is." I don't know.
My name
I
is.
don't remember what it is. My name is Lulu. It's.
Sam Shady.
It and it's.
Is it Slim Shady?
Slim Shady is.
Yeah.
Sorry, it and it's. Oh, whoa.
It and it's.
That's,
so his
that's a
pronoun is
person
it.
that went by it and it's.
Yes. And
I'm
would be
sorry.
highly offended if you did not use that. So how would you know?
Yeah, you say.
Hey, let's go out with it instead of. So if you would have used they, would that person have been offended?
Oh, totally offended.
I go by
I would
it.
go out of my way to offend them, and then I tell them to go suck a rainbow.
Do you recall when the 3 middle-aged kids were threatened with sexual assault because they misgendered?
What was the outcome of that?
They dropped it.
Because it was so
Stupid, beyond stupid. The mom of one of them was going apeshit crazy. Like you're gonna say this is sexual assault. Somebody goes into a bathroom and does whatever, and that's the same charge as somebody not knowing misgendering somebody. Really?
Right.
I mean, our producer, because his hair looks the way it is, he's got really long,
Beautiful hair.
voluminous hair.
There was a
Voluminous
time
hair.
where he was younger, where we go to the restaurants, and he was like, hey, "What would this little lady like?" And he'd look at him like,
Yeah. Shut
off."
the front door, bro.
I got a panous.
What? That is a bizarre alternative to
gonna say
penis.
something
Is that something your parents talked about?
Oh,
You know what my
I was gonna
mom
be
used to
even more
call a
inappropriate.
penis?
I was going to say, is that what your uncle called it?
a willy.
She used to. My mom used to call the penis a
Ding dong.
Dumaflache.
A what?
A doobie-flotch?
Dumaflache.
Doomie-flotch?
No, not doomy. Flotch.
Doomie, flotch?
It's just Dumaflache. And I was
Oh.
kind of like,
Did she have a neighbor friend named Flotch?
Flotch.
I have no idea.
No, she told you.
I
No,
forgot
it's just
that she
Dumaflache.
even said that. I mean,
Was she talking to you when she said it? Was she like,
she's like, cover up your little Dumaflache.
Or was she on the phone?
What the hell does that
No.
mean?
you're outside a closed door and she's going, Doomie-flotch, Doomie-flotch?
Oh my God. Producer, type in Doomy, Dumi, Flotch, just to see if something
No,
populates.
don't. That's a bad idea.
Oh.
You know how every once in a while, I
And
think,
look at images.
yeah, we every once in a while we instruct him to search for something and we're like, no.
Well, I was
No,
I
don't
was
do that.
editing one, and blue waffle came up.
No. We're not doing that one. Yeah,
That's what it was. We were like, no, we don't want to see. We don't see it. Well, he pulls it up on his computer.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I gotta find.
What is
it
that
over here.
Dumaflache right there on the Urban Dictionary?
Dumaflache. Look at that. That's the name of
So
Sean's,
it's a lollyganger,
Sean's
a
penis.
thingamajig, a whatchamacallit, a doohickey, a doodad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a same as a
A
whatchamacallit.
doobie dabber.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to have to reacquaint myself with this term and chat with my mom about it.
Okay, so it wasn't a sexual term. It was a thingamajigger.
Well, I don't know. She's called it a Dumaflache. I don't know. As a kid, I was kind of I lived in Germany. I thought it was a German word. I was like, I guess I got a Dumaflache.
I think that's probably
Wow.
a generational,
Wo ist ein
probably a very
Toilette for me
local-
Dumaflache?
Probably a very localized term as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Where she grew
Although
up.
it showed up on Urban Dictionary.
No,
so
it
maybe not.
didn't show up like that, though.
Yeah, well, very nice. All right, we got off track again. We were talking about Minions,
Well, we were talking
And-
about your
and-
trip
No, we're
to
talking
Mexico.
about Buzz Lightyear, I think.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, yeah.
and how it
Buzz
flopped.
Lightyear.
A
So
woke, it's a woke flop.
Well, they
yeah.
dropped Tim Allen for one thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they?
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Oh, it's
dropped.
because he's Republican.
They dropped him and brought in the woke Captain America guy, Chris Evans.
That's so shitty
Yeah,
that
it
they
really
wouldn't bring
is.
in Tim Allen.
Right.
I mean, it's so weak. It's so weak. It's so lame. It literally shows the childishness
Well,
of the
it's-
left.
And it's a game. It's like Gina
It's so childish.
Carano, the
Right.
and
Well, I
then-
sent you that article. Did you guys read it about
about the movie she's in.
about the Star Wars
Oh yeah,
wants to stay
we're
away
done with the 40-year-old white male.
yeah
Stories.
Right.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna,
There's
just-
enough of those.
I just don't get this hatred. I mean, this hatred of any class of Americans, right? But I mean, I know the old white males are being targeted, right?
It's been like that for a long time.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
it.
but the Mandalorian's not a white male, is he?
He's Hispanic.
No, he's Hispanic.
So I mean,
and by the way, he apparently did not back Gina Carino much at all.
Not.
And that's his coworker, that's his friend, and he didn't back her.
Well,
that's because he's woke.
What a douchebag!
She's a Republican. He's not.
He's the guy from Narco Mexico.
He's also in Game of Thrones.
But the thing about it is she didn't say anything that
she
bad.
retweeted.
I mean,
so did he.
And so did he.
It was just a different perspective, but it was basically the same damn thing.
It's outrageous.
Whatever.
The double standard is beyond shocking.
Right.
Well, speaking of the double standard, I'm beyond myself that the double standards it will eventually get pulled out into the open. And we've talked about this before with the Twitter and the Elon Musk war, where he proposes $54 billion to purchase Twitter, and he's kind of like, hey, wait a minute, look, I'm ready to purchase this. I got the money, it's right here. But let's do. I need to make sure this company. I need a thorough.
Let me look under the hood.
Yeah, let's check some stuff out. All right, well, we have some bots. All right, well, how many bots do you have? Because if we're going to be paying X amount of dollars when advertisers out there think that we have, I'm making this number up, but let's say advertisers think we have 100 million people. With users, accounts, whatever you call them, accounts. 100 million accounts, but yet you're telling me that we have 20% bots? Okay. Well,
less than 5%.
No. They said 5%.
5%. Okay.
And then it turned out to be 20+%.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're an advertiser,
if that's true, that's securities fraud.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's securities fraud because they're basing the value of the company in the stock market. Based on what you're announcing as your number of subscribers.
So the way the stock with Twitter in the first place, it wasn't doing very. I mean, it's not doing horrible, but it was stagnant. In fact, it started dropping a little bit, just like the rest of them.
Right.
And when Elon Musk took over, it was like boom.
There was a spike.
Oh, a huge spike. And now they're gonna let him take it to court. You know what?
Then they wanted to investigate him for fraud from that perspective, like talking up the trade, making a bunch of money on it because he bought enough stock to be a majority owner, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened? No, he wasn't a majority owner. He
wasn't a majority. He was
a major stakeholder.
He was the largest stakeholder.
Yeah, and so he bought a bunch, and then it spiked. He made a ton of money, right? And then people are like, "This is bullshit," right? Because you can't do that.
He's just basically playing this huge chess game. I'm hoping this is what the case is. I'm hoping he's as smart as we think he is, where he's anticipated this whole thing. This whole thing's been orchestrated, and it's got to be.
I think he knew that they were overstating how many accounts they had. I think he was disgusted with how they conducted themselves in terms of censoring one side and playing God when it came to... Right. What you can see or not see, and I think he went after him.
All right, let's double back to this bourbon. Did we ever talk about it?
No,
we didn't. No.
All right, let's go back because at this point right now, the bourbon is a lot more palatable. Of course, I've had 2 large cubes in there,
right,
and the 4 ounces of bourbon that's in there, and it's getting a little diluted. And it tastes, I think, a lot better. It is 107 proof. All right. Yeah. So I don't know anything about this bourbon. Hopefully, the Mr. Producer has some information on it.
Baker's 7?
Yeah, it's Baker's 7.
Baker's 7.
Which is a Jim Beam company.
And is it the 7-year? Yeah, 7-year small batch. And it's not cheap. I mean, it's pushing $80.
Yeah, click on that one there.
So, I mean, it's not... frankly, I wouldn't buy it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'm glad we have it. I would probably keep 5/8 of that bottle sitting up there for.
Well, we've already knocked out more than 5/8.
Age, yeah, we're about to half. Age 8 years. 77 corn, 13 rye, 10 barley.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it says it's supposed to be $60, but that's MSRP in 2020. But look, here's the thing. When we first popped this bottle open, it was caustic.
It had a rough nose.
Yeah,
What did this dude have to say about the nose?
The Baker's bourbon is one of the This bourbon instantly identifies as a Beam product, as a nutty aroma jumps out, which is really potent and initially blocks out other scents. Giving a deep inhale, however, brings out baking spices along with hints of caramel and vanilla.
I thought it was. I didn't get the ethanol at first. I thought it was extremely. Maybe it was the nut that I smelled, but it was strong.
I got the ethanol right away. It turned me off. I got to be honest.
I didn't get it, and but it was very very strong nose.
I tasted honey for some reason, vanilla. It was whatever. At this point right now, it's just it's an undesirable bourbon. It's on the okay list, and that's it. I wouldn't pay $60 for it.
Scroll down just a little bit. I want to see what their summary is of at the end of this. Value, interesting. Decide to go with the overall. Here we go.
The new Baker's 7-year single barrel.
It'll be a bottle worth seeking out and trying once. There we go. That's really all you need to know.
Says?
At the very end.
Oh, yeah.
A bottle worth seeking out and trying once.
Yeah. Well, that pretty much nails it.
That nails it.
Yeah.
And
I think that was the nicest possible way he could say that he really didn't like it.
Well, yeah.
A lot of these times, these guys
it's all right.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's not horrible. It's just
not horrible.
But does it want to go, wow, I'd buy this again? We have some out there who are like, yeah, we need to get another one of these.
With all the options you have out there.
But it's all right. You're right. It's one of these where you get it and you're just like, it's not worth, because I think this was about $55-$60 for it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's all right.
Well, some of those.
I think I paid more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not cheap. So, anyway, yeah, definitely one and done.
Oh.
All right.
What's up next on the bourbon for this halftime show? Is it the 10-year Rebel Yell?
Yeah, I think we were excited about that one.
That was an award winner, so I'm excited.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Now I remember.
We're already Rebel Yell fans.
Now, currently, they changed
just
the name
Rebel
to Rebel, but
because it's racist.
In protest,
whatever.
In protest, I will continue to call it Rebel Yell because it is not racist. And what about Billy Idol's Moni Moni with a Rebel Yell?
Oh, I agree with you.
She cries more, more, more. Yow. Come on.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it happened at the same time when Lady A, Antebellum, changed her name to Lady A, and then they removed the poor lady off the syrup bottle,
and the Pocahontas from the butter,
and the Eskimo from the Eskimo pie. I mean, really, all they're doing, especially when
Uncle Ben from the rice.
Yeah, especially
Aunt Jemima from the syrup.
Especially Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. Is it Uncle Ben?
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
I mean,
all you're doing is leaving a bunch of white guys up there now.
You are actually taking away from what was a celebrated. I mean, the Aunt Jemima family was incredibly honored to be on that bottle.
I would be. Why not?
What? I don't understand at all. I really don't.
I don't get it.
But anyway, the Redskins, they're no longer. They're the Commanders.
They're the Commandos.
So,
how about the Braves?
Who is making these decisions, though?
The Indians.
Who's making these decisions? So let's
the owners of the company are getting so much pressure from the fucking Twitter mob.
Are they really getting that much pressure?
Are really?
Yes. Okay, why would they change it?
But look, it's
because they're pathetically weak. That's why.
Exactly. They give in.
If that is the case, but
Dan Snyder held out as long as he could.
There are forces out there that have control of every aspect of our lives. It's like the gas that we're purchasing. It's the income. I'm sorry, not the income, but the interest rates. I mean, everyone has their finger over us. And who is that? I mean, who are the people that Joe Biden's talking to? Who is that? I mean, what is that? There's this. It's
George Soros.
Ether.
Collective.
It's this ether. I mean, this money, this conglomerate of folk out there that are pulling the strings to everything that we do. And I'm telling you, I think the United States citizens are all guinea pigs.
Yeah.
We're guinea pigs with medicines.
I've read several books that have that theme. Well, that there's an elite class that basically manages everything.
That are pulling the strings, that have the influence, that have the influence to affect global economics.
Let's think about this. I mean, like, for medicines, for example. I mean,
pharmaceuticals.
We're like the worst on the planet. For charging it. I mean, look, we're basically the Matrix. We are, every human in the United States is paying taxes and paying for the rest of the planet. I mean, because to get the same medicine over in Europe is 25% of what we pay.
Well, they have socialized medicine, though.
Some
do you want
do.
socialized medicine, or do you want to pay high?
No, it's not
drug
necessarily true.
prices?
That's not always.
I want neither.
They have socialized medicine up in the Scandinavian region, or
they
like in
absolutely
Sweden,
do.
but they don't have that in
England
Europe,
does.
in
England does as
Germany.
well. England does.
Okay, so that's the United Kingdom.
Canada
Yeah.
does.
Canada does. United Kingdom does.
But not Germany.
Okay,
I don't
that's our
know.
country.
That's a
I don't
great
know.
question. I
Not
don't know.
France. Not Italy.
Are we sure about that? Or you just,
Yeah, I lived there. Yes.
How long ago?
I'm telling you, they don't have socialistic medical pay right or care right now.
They may.
They might. That's something we're going to have to.
Yeah, we're going to have to investigate.
We have to goggle that.
Strongly, that is
we're going to
not
have
true.
to duck go that.
That is not the case. It's
That's
impossible
DDG.
to
Why?
have universal health care in some of those other countries.
Not all of them, but a
Well,
lot of them
UK
in Europe.
did it. UK
Are you
did
sure?
it.
Oh, Europe is definitely
you sure?
leaning towards that more than
Are you
any
sure
other.
the United Kingdom has universal
Yes.
health care?
Yes. Socialized medicine. I don't think so. That
Scandinavia does.
So we have to be careful about socialized medicine, universal health care. It doesn't all mean the same thing, right? So I don't know. That's a good question.
How universal health care coverage works in Germany.
Well, there we go. That just defines it right there. That was November 22nd, 2019. It says how universal health care coverage works in Germany. That implies that they have universal health care. All right. Thanks for playing, Sean. You are...
I'm still fighting it.
The exit is over there.
You have one X.
No.
Yeah. No idea what he's talking about.
Kind of like the acknowledgement of COVID. I don't
You don't
see
believe it?
I'm not.
You think COVID's a hoax?
I think there are options out there. But my point by bringing up the people pulling the strings isn't really about healthcare. It was mostly about the medicines.
About everything.
And even though that some of these companies have programs set up so that you could be part of the universal or government healthcare, doesn't mean you can't have the private sector having their own insurance. You just don't have to pay into it. You have countries like Sweden that you pay 65% taxes, if not more, so that you can get all these. I guarantee it, they're not paying 65% taxes in Germany. So the healthcare is not the same as it is in Sweden, as it is in the United Kingdom and Germany.
Different types.
So there's different types. So my point by saying that is that it's not the same. It's kind of like what Obamacare, which was really Hillary Clinton care, because Obama, it just came under his administration.
He's just the one who got it passed. You're right. So yeah, what they have in Sweden is different than, and they're struggling right now.
Oh, big time. Then that's mostly because of the immigrants that are coming in from
unchecked immigration.
Yeah. Well,
did you know that the United States funds their defense?
Because of NATO?
No, because they don't have any money left after all the social.
Oh, not yet. That's right.
Because they don't have any money left after all the social programs.
Oh, how convenient.
So the U.S. funds their defense.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Wow.
Do you know how much money we could save from a budget perspective if somebody else took care of our defense?
But look,
how convenient.
Well, the spirit of what I was getting at with these
Germany has
conglomerates that are pulling the strings,
yes.
And this I'm not really trying to focus on what the Europe is doing as opposed to what the United States. I live in the United States, okay? Like I'm trying not to be fat, okay?
Okay.
And it's just like the system is set up so if almost unless you you grow your own food, you're going to be fat. And, it's because the food that we buy every single day that we believe is supposed to be healthy isn't healthy. It's because the FDA says that the FDA's. Let me see here.
So you're saying that the ice cream that you buy and eat every night
I don't
is
eat
not
ice cream.
healthy.
But my point is,
or the cake.
So
cake.
This is the difference between the United States and like the Europe.
What about the broccoli?
The United States. I eat lots of it. The United States tends to take a more reactive approach towards regulating food and beverage ingredients, while Europe takes a more proactive approach. So only additives proven to be non-harmful are approved in Europe, while the U.S. food additives are innocent until proven guilty. And it's just like, well, you know what? They're only. It's like. The chicken. You got what is the Arkansas, Purdue? You know, you got people like Bill Clinton that when he was governor of Arkansas and Purdue wanted to put out, I remember the commercial with the Purdue guy.
Oh my God!
He's got this.
Did you just have
That old guy from Purdue. You know, you remember the old guy that did the chicken commercials?
No. Right.
You know, well, he it's funny, man, because he was like, hey, he had this kind of name like Ross Perot, and he would talk like this. And anyways, he paid shitloads of money for Bill Clinton to be able to so that he can do things to the chicken, so that they can growth hormones. You know, make them bigger.
Big ass
then
chicken.
they got processes like they take your chicken and they de-feather it and then they chlorinate it.
Then they do what?
They chlorinate the fucking chicken.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
And then after
is that to cleanse it?
To clean it. And then after that,
that sounds healthy.
They take the chicken and they send it to China.
To do what to it?
To slice and dice it.
Oh, it's alive when they send it?
No.
Oh.
To slice and dice it, and then
how's that cost effective?
No, they don't do that.
I don't know if they do that. I don't believe that.
There's no way they send the chicken over to China to slice it up and then bring it back.
That would be not cost effective.
That would be stupid.
Well, I mean, based on what I read, that's exactly what it said. That they were taking the chicken and they were sending it to China to
I don't believe that.
process it. Yeah, they grow it here and they send it to China to process.
I need further proof.
Well, maybe if the producer could look it up.
I don't know.
Is chicken sliced in China?
Yeah. So
Chinese sliced American chickens. Google that.
So
that seems so highly with the cost of fuel.
Look up big chicken titties.
No, no,
nude.
What the hell?
Nude.
No,
big chicken
titties. Chicken. How do you say that? Chicken sliced in China, I guess. I don't know. Chinese prepared chicken.
Poultry.
Chicken shipped to your door. No. There you go, right there. Years old USDA rule allows China to process U.S. poultry. That's 5 days ago.
See,
50 metric tons.
That's old news.
50 metric tons. Down below.
Fact check. Chinese facilities, and then return it to the United States. What?
Wait a minute. Raw poultry from the U.S. and export cooked products such as chicken noodle soup and chicken nuggets. They're not slicing chicken and sending it back.
Well, no. Read it again.
They're making food.
No, that's not
Gave
true, man.
Chinese processing plants the green light to process raw poultry from the U.S. and export cooked product.
Correct.
Okay.
Cooked product. Like chicken soup. Like Campbell's chicken soup is made in China.
Okay, right. So we're giving them our chickens, and then they're putting it into processed foods.
Yeah, they're not sending chickens over there, and they're butchering them and sending them back.
Look, again, the spirit of this conversation is for the folks to get. There's dudes like us out there that in the United States citizens that need to know what's really going on. And look. Like Jeff, you said earlier, or before, it has nothing to do. It's all about the money. They don't give a fuck, and if they can get away with it, that's fine. Like Purdue putting growth hormones in all those chickens. You know what? They went to Bill Clinton. They were like, "Hey, Bill Clinton, I'm going to make you motherfucking president." Well, guess what? They made him fucking president. Him and his little chicken ass voice, and they paid millions and millions of dollars. Purdue had the biggest fucking chickens out there, But then all of a sudden, you got these young boys that all of a sudden are starting to grow fucking titties.
Yep.
Eating on all those little chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they were like, why is this happening? Why is my daughter
it's
all of a
because we're
sudden developing boobies at
form.
the age of fucking 8? You know? And she's got like double D's. Well, what does she eat? Well, we take her to chicken. We go to McDonald's 3-4 times a week.
No,
she
we
has
buy
chicken
Chinese
nuggets.
chicken nuggets.
Because it's it's not just that. It's like if you compare the foods that we have here in the United States that we sell right off the grocery store shelves that they don't sell in China or Europe. Like they don't sell Mountain Dew. Now, a lot of this has to do with some of the dyes in it, but Mountain Dew's not one of them. You got Mountain Dew.
Do they have their version of Mountain Dew over there?
I don't know. I think they
That's
do,
in a one competition.
actually. They call it Mellow Yellow.
It's called Alpine Rain.
Alpine Rain.
I'm not a fan of Mountain Dew.
You like that?
Oh, Mountain
And
Dew.
there's like a bunch of Mountain Dew
I
flavors
mean, there was a
out there
time
now.
where I could have.
Even as a kid, I would have it every now and then. I was never a fan of it.
I've always loved Mountain Dew. I don't have it very often.
Super syrupy.
It's very, very sweet. Yes,
it
but
was always even back when I was a kid. I didn't drink a lot of soda anyway, but
I was on a Squirt kick. Did you ever try Squirt?
Squirt is really good. It's poor man's amaretto sour. You get Squirt and some amaretto.
I wonder what Squirt would taste like with other mixed
tasty.
drinks.
Well, it's a almost like, I don't want to say grapefruit, but it's a very hardcore citrus drink,
it is.
Right.
So you know how I make those Apple Jacks mules, Applejack mules?
Yeah.
I wonder how Squirt would taste in that.
I don't know. We do that periodically. We'll get some Squirts and make some amaretto.
That's exactly what I'm doing this weekend.
Again, poor man's amaretto sour.
Do we have plans this weekend? Are you guys going to be in town? We need.
Yeah, we're making product.
Yeah, we need.
I'm busy.
No, we actually need to spend a couple hours this coming weekend.
2 hours.
All right, but look. Back to it, like dairy, for example. They've got.
I'll give you 90
I don't even know what these acronyms mean, but there's hormones they put into artificial hormones that stimulate the milk production in some of these cows. They don't do that in not just over anywhere. It's just the chickens have been chlorinated.
So how do you fix this?
Well, that's just it. There's so much more. There's stuff that people don't even realize. I mean, it's like the Frosted Flakes. It's the international coffee creamer that you put in your creamer.
There it is.
There's
everything you're saying is in his list, the producer's list of
like wheat thins. There's the little circle Ritz crackers. I mean, they're like absolute.
Hold on, go back, producer. Go back about.
There you go. There's coffee, mate.
The meat one.
Hey, mate.
Go back to the meat
I like
one.
Rice Krispies. Damn it, they're not good for me.
And then they got Arby's. Oh, in the meat, for example, they add some sort of
what's
ractaptamine.
Rectal.
It
rectal
increases
papamine.
the muscle growth inside the cow.
I think you read this article.
I think you did.
I have read several articles.
It literally had everything you were saying in it. I think this is a setup.
Well, that's what the podcast is for, isn't it?
We're supposed to do
so you guys are giving me shit because I did some homework. Is that what you're getting at?
Time
we're
out.
supposed to wing that.
We don't research shit on this podcast. So don't come on here and act like you know stuff.
People need to be up in arms about the stuff that because there are some friends that I have that we have that they're allergic to gluten. And they're like, oh, I got to watch my diet. I got to be very careful what I eat.
Right.
They go to Germany or they go to Europe, and it's like they can eat whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
I can't eat pasta. They go to Italy. They can have pasta. They can have anything. Why?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I do.
George Soros.
It's about money. It's about what we're putting in our food that we're selling to the United States citizens because we're the guinea pigs. And you know what? Their food is more flavorful. Their food has more vitamins.
The irony of that is the reason why all that shit's in our food is the biggest reason is to make it have a longer shelf life. Everything that started with this whole thing, right? Farm to table.
Directly correlates to the reason why our bellies are so big.
Well, I get that. But so hear me out. So you were just saying that the food over there is more flavorful. So the first one was to have it a longer shelf life. The second one was to keep the consistency, right? You can't have something falling apart in the packaging, like all mushy and stuff. So they put stuff in it to like keep it contained and looking
anti-caking.
Yeah, making it look presentable, right? So it lasts a long time. It looks presentable while it sits there on the shelf. And there's a lot of stuff that they add to make it artificial ingredients to make it more flavorful. So you're saying that the stuff in Europe is more flavorful. That's interesting, right? I mean, so
is it more flavorful?
Well, that's what they tend to say.
That's what they're arguing, right?
And look, here's the thing.
And that's in the eye of the beholder, right? If you're trying to be sorry to interrupt. If you're trying to be super healthy and you're trying to stay away from all those processed foods, you're going to find whatever you're eating that is organic and healthy. You're going to say it's wonderful. You know what I'm saying?
So you think it's the power of suggestion?
Well, a little bit of that.
I stay away from organic food.
Well, I think this is more of a comparison from
because it looks nasty and it's more expensive.
Well, it's more expensive for sure.
It's funny how you say
I don't know about
because it looks nasty, right? Because apples that are organic don't have shit sprayed on them.
Correct.
So guess what? They have little marks on them, and they have bugs have gotten to them.
They're all brown and shrink, and they're not as robust. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay more for that when I can get this.
Right. So obviously, you don't subscribe to the theory that like regular apples that are sprayed with a bunch of shit.
Well, you can wash those, right?
Well, but it works its way into the apples, what they argue, right? It's unhealthy
I don't know.
from the inside out, right? So
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know
But
either.
shit, the organics, I don't believe it. I was like, I'm not going to spend double the cost for a piece that looks like shit.
Look, the whole thing.
And that's exactly
good looking. Give me good looking organic, then maybe we'll talk.
Alan, what the hell? Where'd that come from?
I am old.
Yeah, Jeff, that's exactly why we are where we are. People don't want a misshapen brownish apple.
But the reality of it
what do they have to do?
That is normal.
They had to spray. Yes, that is normal. Yeah, that is normal.
It's kind of like carrots
it
aren't
is.
normally orange.
But here's the problem. Back in the day, an apple didn't go from Washington to Florida to be sold. An apple went, you know what I mean?
I get
an
it.
apple went to Seattle. An apple went to Portland.
I think if your local Kroger wants to carry organic, they need to hit local farms.
And then guess what? It won't look all nasty.
Correct.
Because this
is organic from Mexico. Well, it needs to travel.
Yeah,
2,000 miles.
Farm to
so
store
that's
and
what's going on
in
Europe. Europe has look, they've been around a lot longer than the United States have been. They've got the means to produce these products and get rid of them. So there's never really a stock. They don't have to stockpile like we do. It's meaning that they have like the traditional farmers markets where they go the food.
Oh, I'll go there and buy that shit all day because it's fresh. It looks good.
Yeah,
right.
Whereas the organic at Market Street, Kroger, all those places, it's like I'm not going to buy that
because it can't stay that long.
Yeah, because I'm going to take it. I don't have to eat it like immediately.
Right.
So here's what,
and it still looks like shit when I eat it.
Ultimately, what I want to raise awareness for is to start finding out who these companies are, and why is it that they're allowed to do what they're doing by putting the poison in our foods?
Well, it's the FDA and the USDA.
All right, so then we have to go after them. So where do we set the bar? Because like I said before, it's so
you haven't even talked about GMO.
Well, no, not yet. Well,
that's genetically modified, right?
Yeah. So hold on. So begin the U.S.
Now, do you think those are bad for you?
So there are two camps, right?
I mean, some people think they are bad for you. Some people just like
right. So genetically modified means they literally tinker with the the genetics, if there is genetics in vegetables, but
to make them pest resistant.
That's right, and to make them drought resistant.
Hey, there's a seed. There's a corn. There's a corn version over here that is drought resistant.
Is so they don't reproduce,
but it doesn't.
So that you have to come back and keep buying.
Well,
and farmers.
That's another one. Yeah, we can talk about that. That's the seeds.
But it's this corn variant is drought resistant, but it doesn't taste good. This one requires a ton of water, but it tastes great. Let's blend the two.
Right.
And make this good tasting.
And add some sort of, insecticide
yeah, then
to it.
There's other one that says, oh, this one is insect repellent, so let's blend them all.
Or do they literally like hybridize it with some sort of insecticide?
Well, that's my question. I was like, if you're blending different corns, is that bad for you? If you're adding chemicals and shit?
Yeah, that's the question.
I get that.
That's the question.
If you're crossbreeding plants.
But you know what? That's no different than grass, right? I was talking to this expert that said, if you're having a lot of trouble with your St. Augustine and your Bermuda, go with, help me here, Zoya?
Zoya.
Okay, go with Zoya because Zoya's been engineered, right? Just like fucking vegetables that we eat.
Right.
It's been engineered to be drought resistant, shade tolerant,
so I guess
blah, blah, blah. So how, I mean, we're not eating it.
I don't think that the genetically modified organic foods, why would they be unhealthy? So I kind of agree with that.
You know what? We would have to dig into that.
I don't know.
I can
There's
tell you.
There's a lot of folks that are
there could be some digestive issues.
A ton.
There's
a ton of people that are hardcore against GMO. And one of the biggest proponents of GMO is Bill Gates. And Bill Gates is the largest farmland holder. Proponent. Oh. He is on board with it. And he is the largest farm owner in the United States.
Correct.
So interesting.
What does that tell you?
Well,
and China's right behind him.
And honestly, I think he's one of those elites. He wants to social engineer. He wants to one world order. He wants
eugenics.
One world government.
Yeah.
And that's George Soros. He wants one world government. Yeah. Guys, what's the fastest way to get to one world government?
Put everybody on a vaccine that will euthanize us.
No. Tear down nationality. Tear down the United States so that the United States doesn't It's not important to be American anymore, right? We're at the top of the list.
Make us
then you got to go
mono.
to the other ones. It's not that important to
Take
be
us from
British. It's not that important to be
from
German.
a poly to a mono.
Right? The only way you can go to a one world government is when you tear down the walls of all nationalities. We're just humans, right? We're Earthians, right? And the first way you got to do it is bring down the United States, and you do it from within.
I think you're going to have to do,
which is what he's doing. He's bringing it down from within.
I think outside, instead of nationality, you need to bring down religion instead, because religion has been the root of all conflicts through the years.
All right, so basically eradicate everybody except Christians.
So let's start burning the Bibles.
No, so if you're like there are no Americans, there are no Indians, there are no Saudi Arabians, they still have their religion, right?
They do.
You're like,
oh no, there's always going to be something that bitterly divides us, right?
I think if you're going to try to do this,
this guy likes barbecue sauce, and this guy likes A1 sauce.
And kill him. Kill him.
And you see in the States,
kill him. Pop him.
And you see in the States, they're trying to kill Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
the white
are
male.
they doing that over in Iraq? Are they trying to kill Islam? No. Right? Are they trying to kill? I don't know. Britain may be trying to do the same thing.
But they're actually trying to adopt some of the Muslims. The religion and culture or the Sharia law. They're trying to embed it into the fabric of our community laws.
Well, it's failed so far.
But I mean,
has it failed? Because I remember Irving
tried.
Yeah, it failed there. But
so they no longer have a Sharia law court.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
There was a Sharia law court.
It's not legal.
That wasn't a court.
No, it was a court. Granted, it wasn't.
It had no legal binding.
It was not legal binding.
It was religious binding.
It was like it actually was cultural binding. It wasn't even religious.
It's kind of like going
to.
But
the thing is, if that Sharia law says, all right, you could beat your wife. Well, the American law trumps that and says, I'm going to throw you in prison for beating your wife.
Correct. But there were other things. I think that what they were touting is it was civil disputes, right? Like the way they're supposed to, like there's, it's kind of like the Old Testament. Have you guys ever read all the rules about the Old Testament?
No.
There's a ton of stuff in there that talks about how the old Jewish community needed to handle legal issues and stuff like that. Well, it's no different. The Sharia law is the same thing, right? If it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was ways to handle certain disputes and stuff like that. None of them affecting American law.
Do one of you assholes take my beer?
Oh yeah, that's what we would do.
We
would literally steal your beer. That's the way podcasters are. Dudes like us are.
Did you finish it?
Oh shit, my bad. I did drink your beer. I'm kidding.
I know you were.
Right here.
A-hole. Did you leave it at home? What, did it fall on the floor?
Is it downstairs?
I don't know.
Did it fall on the floor and leaking all over the place?
No.
All right, let's take a pause because this is important.
No, I was just kind of like...
Is it behind you?
Unbelievable. You're a mess.
It was not behind me. I just thought it's not here.
He is panicking because he can't find
his beer. Is it underneath the hat?
Oh, my bad.
Son of a bitch.
It's not under the hat. Okay. We'll find your beer.
Okay. I thought
hold on. Is your bourbon empty? Wow. So you're panicking. Your bourbon's empty.
Yeah, it is
your beer is
empty.
missing. I see. Okay, I see the angst now.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
All I see these glasses that I purchased for you guys. We got the Gay Month with the.
Okay, that's not the right terminology.
Was it Happy Month?
It's Pride Month.
Pride.
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 Isn't Pride part of one of the things against the Catholic Church?
It's a group of lions.
To be prideful?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be. Isn't it a sin?
It is.
So
it's funny you say that.
So
that's really interesting. You say that. Actually, I'm being serious. Actually,
I mean, they call Pride
I'm starting
Month,
to sound like I'm doing a word salad like AOC. I'm saying actually 3 times.
No, that would
in the same sentence.
That would be Kamala.
Oh God, my bad.
I gotta apologize. So I purchased these from work. That's tumblers.
Yeah,
but they're not very gay.
No, they're stylish.
They have the little rainbow on them and little Go Fast stripes, and there's got my company logo on there. And I put your names on there, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little disappointed in the quality of. I went and I
where's it
purchased.
made?
It's made in Oh, it is made in China. I thought it was made in Brazil.
No.
Oh, no, those are the cutting boards.
Those are the cutting boards. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Made in China.
so they are made in China. By the way, Dudes Like Us is producing cutting boards through our CNC machine, which will be available downtown McKinney, Texas at Filtered.
I thought they were manufactured in China.
Which
No,
ones?
they were not.
And I thought we were selling them in China.
No, they were
whatever.
manufactured.
We'll send them over there for them to cut them. We'll bring them back. We'll do something else. We'll send them back to China.
All right, so
they were
look,
handmade in Texas.
very nice.
The reason why I purchased these cups isn't because of Third Pride Month. The reason why I purchased these mugs was because the donation went to somebody that works in our company, and they've got acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
AIDS.
Well, they got AIDS, yeah. So were
monkeypox is apparently along those lines.
You know what?
Correct.
I heard that monkeypox, the only people that are getting monkeypox are the folks that are vaccinated.
Are
I haven't heard
serious?
that.
I have absolutely. That's exactly what they said. They said that the only, in fact, monkeypox,
homosexual men that have been vaccinated.
Monkeypox is a
serious.
side effect of the vaccine.
But it's homosexual men that are getting it.
Yes.
Wow,
You didn't know that?
Very interesting.
And
No,
it's
I
like
did
you have
not.
to have like excretions and stuff. It's not easily transmissible from what I read.
Wow. So it's semen and shit
And blood.
and blood.
Wow. This took a dark turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I went from giving you guys a nice gesture. I give you a fucking cup with a little rainbow on
Nice
there, and I was like,
unicorn-
"Hey guys,
nice
I love
unicorn
you."
rainbow.
And it went to a good cause for my company.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed at first. I was kind of like, I purchased these, and they were like, "Oh, that's a nice donation." I was like, "It's because it's for fucking 3 tumblers," and they
Right.
sent me 1 tumbler, and I was like, "Hey." And then I was like, whatever. I guess I just overpaid for 1. I'll get it. And those showed up, and I was so excited. So
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
well, it's got the spectrum of colors on there.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little rainbow.
That's great.
I don't know what we're
Which,
gonna
by
use
the
it
way,
for.
the rainbow, it makes me disgusted that the rainbow has been stolen from what its original intent was, right? From the Bible. It is God's covenant that he will never flood the earth again.
Yeah, now it's
And now
synonymous
look at-
with
now look at what it means.
homosexuality.
I thought it had to do with leprechauns and pots of gold.
No.
Hey, laddie.
Well, that too.
Look
I
over
don't
here.
think that part's in the Bible though.
Yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin is not in Genesis?
Rumpelstiltskin. No, I'm not sure.
No.
The book of Rumpelstiltskin.
Probably the book of Revelations.
Okay.
And the storm and clouds came in, and I was sewing up a batch of petty pudding. And
Wow. Are you just ad-libbing this? What the hell's wrong with you?
I was going to go
If he gets another 4 ounces of Baker's 7, this is going to be a dangerous
It's going to be a
podcast.
bad second half. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So getting back to the foods.
Foods.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a lot of snack type foods and processed foods, but you can get hamburger and
Yes.
pizzas and shit like that, right?
But look, it's
What
not.
does that mean? You can get those.
well,
What
like
does that mean?
they have flour, they can make pizza doughs.
Look, man.
So I
it's
stay away.
not-
I try to stay away from that processed
It wasn't
food
the
as much as
spirit
I got
of
you,
what
I
I
got
was
you.
trying to get at. What I was trying to get at is that we have folks that are supposed to be looking out for us.
FDA.
Yeah.
At USDA.
Yeah.
It's all about
And
the money.
That's what's frustrating. So that's why I'm saying
Yeah,
we
but they
need
don't think it's bad.
Well, it is bad.
They're
So
trying to improve the food supply.
It's kind of like the studies for the COVID. Anything that shows any kind of negative reflection gets bumped away, and
Right.
they have so many different tests that are suggesting otherwise, and those doctors are being shunned, and they're losing their jobs, et cetera, et cetera. So the U.S. tends to be reactive versus proactive. And it's just like you got to. It's like our food is innocent until proven guilty. Where if you want to sell this, and it seems like it would be the opposite. Because look, if you have this medicine, they have to run the medicine through a test. So it's got to be innocent. It's got to be proven innocent.
Yeah, guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, so and I think our food
Except
should
the
be the
COVID
same
vaccine.
thing. No, look, I'm
So
saying
in Europe, if they want to come out with a new candy bar
Called
like,
I'm Horny.
there's yes, called I'm Horny. and there's a new process to make this nougat.
Let them go
or
to the
whatever.
bathroom.
So they have to test that, like go through trials.
Well, from what I
In Europe?
understand is that if there's, it depends what the if you have the basic ingredients that are already FDA or
That's what I mean.
version of
There's
FDA
there's a
approved.
new form of nougat or something in the middle of this.
Hey, look,
thing.
if you've got some sort of unknown thing, hey, guess what we're going to do, guys? We're going to add this chemical to the nougat because it's going to make it a little bit softer. People are complaining about chipping the teeth. So we're going to, it's like when we freeze the candy bars, they're so frozen, it hurts our teeth. It's kind of like ice cream. When they were freezing the ice cream, it was a block of fucking ice. Now they've added all this shit to the ice cream so that whenever
it's nice and soft.
you take the ice cream out of the freezer,
it's like a flaccid
it's
penis.
Still fucking, it's still coming out. You can put it right in your fucking bowl and scoop it.
Okay.
It's not the way it was supposed to be. It's not fucking ice cream. The word is ice, not slushy.
I don't think I've ever bought a tub of ice cream from the store where it's just exactly what you're saying. I'm always having to chip
but
it out of
that's
there.
my point, is that we've been under this umbrella, this facade for so long that we're oblivious to it.
Right.
But think about it. Milk, can you freeze a gallon of milk?
Yes.
Is it going to be soft?
Yeah, it turns kind of slushy.
It's a fucking block of ice when it's in there, So that's what I'm saying. You got ice, you got milk, you got sugar.
But ice cream is not
cream.
milk. It's not ice cream. They've turned it into some creams.
They
Sean,
got creams.
Can I pause for a second? You're starting to sound like crazy Buzz Lightyear.
I know.
Do you
Kinda
remember
just
when
like
his
old
eyes got
crazy
cuckoo
man.
in the movie? His eyes went cuckoo, and he
But
was like,
it's just but it drives me crazy. It's just like, how do you fucking? You put this shit in your body, and it's kind of like, right now, I can't eat ice cream. Every time I eat ice cream, I get sick.
I can.
I'm telling you, because my kids, they love ice cream.
You could be lactose intolerant.
Well, how much are you eating?
Like
gallon.
I don't know.
That could be it.
I don't know. No, it's a bull. It's a bull.
It's just a big bull.
He sticks
It's a
his
big salad bowl, but it's a bull.
He sticks his David Bowie knife and sticks it into the ice cream and just starts eating the whole freaking gallon.
It's a popsicle.
Is that something wrong with that?
No.
No. But look, hey,
It's a buoy.
ice cream isn't supposed to be like that. There are chemicals that keep that shit soft. That's my point.
Yes,
And those
yes.
chemicals cannot be good for you.
Well, guys, we've had this conversation about looking at the ingredients.
Yes.
If it has
How
like
the fuck are you going to know
No,
when it's
but
an 8-syllable
but
word
that's
what the hell that shit is?
That is exactly the point.
That's called obfuscation.
If there's more than like 4 ingredients, start to be worried. Right?
You're
Have
starting
you
to
ever looked at?
Well, you're starting to see more and more stuff that says 6 ingredients.
Have you ever seen the ingredients of Lay's potato chips?
That's another thing.
No.
You got to stop eating.
It is salt, potato, vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil is the worst thing you can fry potato chips with. Period.
Okay, whatever. But you see my point. It is that's the kind of ingredient.
Look,
I'm not saying
don't
that's
even
healthy.
get me started
I'm
on,
not,
on
I'm
those
not saying that's
processed
healthy.
oils that we use to fry our foods.
Well,
that stuff is horrible for you.
Hydrogenated versus partially hydrogenated versus not hydrogenated. I get it.
It is even more worse than that.
Really?
I don't even know what oil to use anymore. I mean, sunflower seed oil, horrible for you.
Peanut.
Penis oil, I don't know what kind of clan you're hanging out with.
Penis.
Penis oil.
What'd you say?
Peanut.
Oh, I thought peanuts were like the worst peanuts to eat.
So
why would you want to eat the oil?
It's a jar of coagulated semen.
Jesus Christ! What ship are you hanging out?
Well, that's
Can you deep fry in
oil.
Can you deep fry in
Oh,
that?
God, is this the Top Gun program you've been working on?
I don't know.
You
I'm
and
just
your
saying.
semen group,
Monkey semen.
sailors.
I don't know. What about olive oils?
Whales.
Well, the olive oils are supposed to
I
be
know
good
you
for
give
you.
Paul shit because he buys like the bad kind.
Oh my
Well,
God, he got all over my ass.
I
He's like,
did.
oh
And
my
you know
God,
what?
you're
And-
buying
and-
the light glass.
And look, and you know what? Here's
You
the thing
can't
is,
buy the light glass, you dumbass. You get the dark glass.
I was right, but it goes even further than that because I'm thinking, all right, well, what are Paul's options? And I'm thinking, well, what did I buy? And then I started digging into what I bought, and what I bought was better, but it was still fucked up.
Well,
And I
mine
was like,
says
well,
100% virgin olives. What are you supposed to go up by then?
Right.
You know, well, they could say whatever they want. They could take a fucking shit in a box and fucking sell it to you, and it's still going to pass.
Well, yeah, but there's laws, right, that says you're supposed to.
Like the FDA? What they say? They want to be reactive, not proactive.
Well, when you buy the oil, it says 100% virgin olives.
We're at a point in the United States.
So what if you got
what are you
one
supposed to
that
go
was
by then?
one partner olives?
Huh?
One partner olives, not virgin, but one
we're
partner,
at
two
a
partner.
point in the United States where if you start to lay blame
Partially
to
broken
anything, they're going to kind of
olives.
like, hey, look, you don't blame us because you're fat, because you've been using our olive oil, all right? Because you've been going down to fucking McDonald's and motherfucking burger and whatever, and you've been eating all this processed meat. You can't blame us for that.
Right.
But you can. I don't know. The foods are a big issue right now because I'm troubled because I have to eat every day, and I'm afraid to eat.
Okay, well, let me correct you there. You don't have to eat every day.
Well,
you don't have to eat every day.
You have to eat.
There are some people that fast.
Shut up.
You could fast.
Look, I'm eating less now than I have ever. You know what? I give Jeff shit because he and his wife split food all the time. But you know what my wife and I did last night?
You split food?
Yeah.
And it was perfectly fine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and like sneak downstairs and start binge eating everything.
Yeah, he was giving me shit because we split a Mexican, big Mexican meal.
No, but you're so full of shit.
And his plate was like
2 enchiladas,
10 pounds of food.
Wait, come on, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. You ordered 2 enchiladas and you ate one.
It was a combo plate.
Here's his rationale.
Well, hold on. There can't be 2 enchiladas on the combo plate.
It was a combo plate.
It's a combo plate with what?
So you have like a cheese enchilada,
Rice.
beef enchilada, taco, and a guacamole.
Okay, there was more
beans.
shit on the plate.
Come on.
And you got your beans and
you had
rice.
15
There was more
bowls
shit on the plate.
of chips.
Because you had half of them.
I had my own.
And a full plate.
All
No,
right.
I had
Listen.
one bowl of chips I ate.
Listen,
And I had
guys.
our first half is done.
I know I've been away.
We're back.
I've been away.
I'm
I've been away.
out.
I need to help you guys out. I know you've been.
Let's go eat some processed
squabbling.
popcorn.
All right. Well, my name's Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
Wow. And I think we're still doing the second half, so we'll catch you later.